Nadine Lustre slams Jobert Sucaldito for statement at ABS-CBN franchise renewal hearing. Nadine Lustre seemed exasperated when she called out Jobert Sucaldito, who, at a House hearing on ABS-CBN's franchise renewal on June 29, spoke about being suspended by ABS-CBN after making flippant comments on suicide. Jobert, who was a showbiz news anchor at ABS-CBN-owned radio station DZMM, was presented with a letter of suspension in January, shortly after he made a remark that many people saw as encouraging suicide. Isn't that what they want? They show off their butts, wear tea-backs, and put a caption about wanting to jump from a building. She should have jumped if that's the case, he said, referring to a photo of Nadine wearing a bikini on the balcony of a building. At the hearing, Jobert said that his statements may have come across wrong and said that he wasn't encouraging Nadine to commit suicide. He also said that he addressed Nadine because he didn't like the way she called out Ricky Lowe for his comments on mental health just a few days before. Jobert, who described Ricky as a revered journalist, said that he felt Nadine had been disrespectful. On her Instagram stories on July 1, Nadine called Jobert out for not seeing the bigger picture and insisted that what he said was not okay. "I can't believe you're using this issue to fight our home network, whose only objective is to protect us." She stressed that Jobert was dismissed because he was in the wrong. In the following story, she said she was sick and tired of these boomers treating mental issues like it's an MF joke. At the hearing, Jobert said that his suspension took him by surprise and that he was not given the opportunity to explain himself. He then mentioned the illegal dismissal complaint he filed against DZMM at the Department of Labor and Employment, DOLE, on March 4. He went on to say that he was not for the ABS-CBN shutdown, but at the same time, called the network cruel and heartless for suspending his contract and said that they were using their 11,000-plus employees as human shields.
I would just like to tell my story quick lang, very quick lang. Sometime late of December of 2019, I worked with ABS, with DZMM specifically, more or less mga 17 years as anchor of Showbuzz. It is an entertainment show in the evening, Mondays through Fridays, dyan sa DZMM Teleradio. Late of December last year, 2019, ay pumutok kasi yung balita that si Nadine Lustre at saka si James Reid ay naghiwalay. Okay? So since medyo matagal bago nagkaroon ng ganung ingay sa magka-love team, syempre we carried that story in my program. So we talked about it kasi syempre si James kasi left Viva na, si Nadine naiwan sa Viva. So para bang maraming issues, no? At saka alam namin nagsasama na yung dalawa, tapos finally daw ay hiniwalayan na siya ni James Reid. So kami naman, sige lang, we just carried that story until December 30 nang may lumabas na headline sa Bulgar newspaper kung saan sinabi ni Nadine na magpapakamatay siya pag iniwan siya ni James Reid. So kinagabihan of December 30, I discussed that in our program. In fact, pinangaralan ko si Nadine because I like that girl. Ang sabi ko sa kanya, that's not the way to handle a heartbreak. Sabi ko, hindi mo kailangang magpakamatay. Unang-una, you're a beautiful girl, may pangalan ka, at saka it's against the law of God and the law of the land. So, gano'n. Pinangaralan ko lang kasi I like her. At saka natural, kasama sa trabaho namin yan. So, ngayon, days pass at marami nang lumabas. Para bang lumalabas na gumagawa lang talaga ng ingay si Nadine. Yun ang interpretasyon ng ibang writers. So, natapos ang New Year, January 6, Monday, ay nag-radyo ako. Pero weekend before that, Saturday, Sunday, naglabas ng tweet si Miss Nadine Lustre against our colleague Ricky Lowe. Si Ricky Lowe kasi is a revered journalist, Siya pong editor ng Philippine Star. So, ginagalang namin yan. So, para bang hindi ko nagustuhan ang tabas ng dila ni Nadine doon because parang nababastos. Alam mo yan, parang masyadong marahas ang dira niya kay Mr. Ricky Lowe. So ang ginawa ko, pinangaralan ko siya ulit sa program. sabi ko, that's not the way also to handle these kinds of issues. Dapat doon you should have reached out to Ricky Lo and air your side of the story. Hindi yung ilambas mo siya ng ganun-ganun because senior kami eh. Kumbaga sabi ko, if you do this to Ricky Lo, you could do this to everyone. So ngayon, may mga pictorials kasi siya earlier, mga days earlier, na may mga pictorials siya doon sa may building na naka-bikini, tapos may mahugot lines kay James Reid. Nag-play ako with words. Ang sabi ko, kung gusto mo lang naman palang pag-usapan, di sana tumalong ka na lang sa building. That was stressing a point, but I'm not saying na magpakamatay ka. Okay. 2 days after, I received a call from my station manager. Si Miss Maraka po yan sa DZMM. At ang sabi niya sa akin, tumawag doon sa kanya si Miss Jing Reyes, ang aming head sa Integrated Current News and Current Affairs Department ng ABS, who was abroad then, na galit because tinag daw siya ng mga fans na I was promoting suicide, which is not true. Okay, pagpalagay natin na medyo mali ang pagkasabi ko. I have to admit na sabi ko, okay, I also felt sorry for that. Sinabi nila, inutusan nila ako to apologize. Okay? To apologize to Nadine Lustre at i-carry nila sa 4 o'clock na news ng DZMM Teleradio that day. That was January 8. Ako naman, I willingly issued a public apology at yun nga, in-air nga ng DZMM at other news programs. The day after, tinawagan na ulit ako ng aking station manager na burahin ko yung post ko sa Facebook na pinangangaralan ko si Miss Nadine na huwag siyang ganun kay Ricky Lo. Kumbaga, yung ganun tipo, it has nothing to do with DZMM. Pinatawag niya ako ng meeting ng January 10 Friday the next day at 2 p.m. Kasi ang sabi lang sa akin, tinagawa ko ng public apology to appease daw the fans. Kasi alam mo naman sila takot sa mga fans eh. So, Friday came, pumunta ako sa office, nagkwentuhan kami ni Miss Mara Kapuyan, and after that, she handed me a letter, this letter, for me to sign. Sabi ko, ano po yan? It's a indefinite suspension letter with no pay. Sabi ko, talaga? So parang pinapunta mo ako dito para to sign this? Tapos ang ginawa, tinignan ko, may nakita ko rito kasi isang line na parang hindi ko maintindihan kasi parang bang threatening na sa ating work because I've worked for you for 17 years tapos may ganitong eksena. Sabi ko, ano ito? That suspension daw of my contract with ABS. So sabi ko, so ang ginawa ko, no, I'm not signing this. I will consult my lawyer. That's why naghintay ako ng mga 2 months at kasama ko ang aking legal counsel, si Atty. Ferdito Pasio, na pumunta sa DOLE to file a formal complaint sa DOLE because it's work-related. Kasi syempre, I don't understand. You didn't even give me warnings for this particular offense na sinasabi ninyo. Puro lang ethics committee ang sinasangkalan nyo sa akin. Kaya nalulungkot ako. Kasi sabi ko, syempre I feared also for my work. Kasi syempre, alam mo yun, you send children to school, you feed people, you are the breadwinner, tapos you lose a job, indefinite suspension. Kaya sabi ko, I felt so sad. It's really a painful journey on my part. Katulad din ng ibang makasama natin sa ABS-CBN. Pero sabi ko, nalulungkot ako lalo every time I would hear Sir Carlo Katibak saying that they are concerned about the people who will lose jobs. Kasi kawawa naman daw sila, walang makain. But how about us? Diba? Paano kami? Naisip nyo rin ba kami? Diba? Napaka-harsh ng inyong desisyon. Napaka-cruel ninyo. Sabi ko nga, nalulungkot ako because this is a sign of parang kapamilya tayo, but you are so heartless. Hindi nyo mula ako binigyan ng pagkakataon na etong letter, you want me to explain? Hindi pwede kasi andito na nakasaad that you're suspending my contract. You all have the right. Kaya yun ang sabi ko. Sabi ko nga, I may not go back to you anymore, but I will fight for this also kasi hindi rin siguro biro that I've worked for you for more than 17 years. Tapos gaganituhin nyo lang din ako at gano'n na isa iglap. Diba? Kapag hindi nyo kaalyado, diba? Parang pag hindi kaalyado, you're out. Ganun kayo sa loob eh. Kaya nalulungkot ako. But sabi ko nga, I am for the no to shut down. But yung mga tao sana sa loob, who really throw the weights around. I hope you also learn your lesson. Yun lang po. I just wanted to make it quick kasi alam ko wala na kayong oras. Salamat sa pagbibigay sa akin sa pagkakataon para magsabi kong aking kwento. Pero di ba, 17 years is not a joke also for me. Tapos all of a sudden, I lose a job. Indefinite suspension, pero wala namang balita eh. That's tantamount to termination of my contract. Malinaw naman yun eh. Mga palusot lang yan eh. Nakakalungkot. I hope you walk your talk. Yung making use of the 11,000 plus employees as human shields. Pero ang totoo niyan, hindi naman totoo talagang puso kayo eh. It's just dramatizing everything. Kaya nalulungkot ako. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat at napakinggan nyo rin ang site ko.